In this video, I'll show you a workflow for creating a basic Blender Python script using a free AI agent right in VS Code. We'll also use that agent to wrap the functionality of the script into a button and package it all up into a Blender extension, all done with that agent. Now, let's get started. So I am in VS Code. I have everything set up to run Blender right from VS Code. So we're going to be coding and launching Blender from here. If you're interested in this setup, I'll leave links in the description for you to set VS Code up for Blender development. The main thing is the Blender development extension that allows us to start Blender and run scripts, run add-ons, right? So I'm going to click right here to toggle the chat. So we're using the built-in chat in VS Code, and I have a Google Gemma 431B model that is free right here. And that's basically, it's not the frontier models that you see and hear on the news. It's not going to be, something amazing, but it still works for basic things. And I wanted to show you this in this video. Now, okay, so let's create a script that's going to create a basic stack of cubes right in the scene. So I'm going to create I'm going to write a prompt for the agent. And the prompt is create a Blender Python script that creates a stack of 3 cubes. Okay, so I'll hit that. I'll hit the send button on the agent. And okay, we have started, the agent has started to work, and it's creating a script for us. Now it created it right here. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy that, create a new main py, and then select that here, paste in that code, then save that. Okay, so it created a function. It's importing BPY. We are clearing the scene. It's really nice. It has provided some comments so you can kind of read and map the language, what it's doing to some English language, so you can read it and understand it. We are looping, so we're repeating this multiple times. We're creating a variable to store like the height of the cubes. So this is all nice. We're giving it a name after we add this. So this looks pretty good. Now I'm going to launch Blender. So on Windows, I'm going to hit Control-Shift-P, and then I'm going to hit Blender Start. Now I'm going to select one of the latest Blenders I have installed. Blender launched on my other window. So now we have Blender running. Let's see. So that's Blender. I'm going to switch back to the code. Now it doesn't run automatically, right? I need to, again, Control-Shift-P and then run script. And as soon as I do that, nothing happens because without going into a bunch of technical details, basically the extension, the VS Code extension that runs scripts doesn't know how to do this. So I'm just going to call it straight away. So let's run that again. Now we switch back to Blender, and now we have the cubes right there. So that's pretty straightforward. We got them named as we had done right here. So we're giving it a name right there, right? So, okay. So that worked. Now let's continue and add a operator to be able to control the number of cubes that are getting created. So I'm going to go into the chat window again, and I'm going to type a new prompt. By the way, before I do that, if you're interested in setting this whole thing up for yourself, I'll provide a link in the pinned comment to the setup so you could try this on your own. It's going to be in my community where I provide tutorials and guides around Blender Python. And I also have a free Blender Python course. So if you're interested in learning Python, that's another place where you can find that information and being able to better reason about what the AI has generated. So in the prompt, I'm going to write create an operator to control the number of cubes in the stack. So I'm going to provide this file that it edited and hit send. Okay, so it started to work and it reads the code. It's doing some evaluation and reasoning, and it has created some code, and it's going to apply that change to our main Python script. Okay, so it has created some changes right here. It has created a stack panel, and it has created the operator with the count. So that's the thing I was asking for, to be able to control this, the number of cubes in the stack. So I'm going to hit keep right here. So that those changes that were made. So now inside of the execute, we're doing that function that was provided beforehand, which is, clearing the scene, setting the height. And then in the loop, we're actually using this count right here. So that's what's going to be controlling the height of that stack. Now we're also providing a panel right here, and that's going to just have a single button there for us to click on. Now, let me go ahead and I'm going to just run that script. I'm going to save and then run. Okay, so we have the cube stack. So this is, if we go in here, the category is cube stack, right? So cube stack and then cube stack control. So here's the label, cube stack control. So this is the code that is executing. And now let me hit this and move myself right here. And we got the redo operator. Now we can control this, like however many cubes we want to add. Okay, so that is working. By the way, this model that I'm using is so Google Gemma 431B is not the only free model that you can use. There's other ones, and there's also other low-cost ones that you can try out for your scripting. I'll provide a link of the models that I think you can try in the pinned comment as well, so check that out. Okay, so now that we have that done, so it's working, let's package it up into a extension and make the agent do that for us. So let's create a new prompt. And the prompt I'll be using is wrap this operator and panel in an extension add-on. So I'll send that. So now it's again thinking and trying to understand what it needs to do to create that extension. Okay, so it did make the update to create a add-on, but the problem here is that it's using the older way of creating, basically a legacy way of creating add-ons in Blender. We should be using the Blender Manifest TOML, which is like the new way of creating add-ons and extensions for Blender. Now, this basically means that my prompt sucked, and it should have been, like, I should have put more thought into how I would explain this to the model or to the agent what I wanted to do. Now, let me try to fix that and see if we'll be able to do that. Some of the more advanced models will maybe guess correctly. And actually, when I was trying this out before recording this, it did create the correct Blender Manifest TOML. So it really depends on how well you prompt the agent to do what you want. So I'm going to try to prompt in the following way: create a new folder for the add-on and use the Blender Manifest TOML to define the extension add-on metadata. So let's see how that works. Okay, it is creating a new folder, and it looks like it's going crazy, writing same a lot of times. Okay, so to get it out of that crazy state, I started a new chat because it was just continuing to say that same each time I retried, which is pretty funny. And now let's see, we got the Blender Manifest TOML. We do actually want to use this this folder, so let's help it to kind of move those that into that folder. So I'm using the following prompt: move the manifest and main.py into that folder, the CubeStack add-on, to make an add-on. So let's see how that works. Okay, so we have the manifest and the main.py. I'm actually going to rename this because it should be init, because that's how modules are made in Python. Now let's start. Let me exit out of Blender. Okay, it started Blender, but there is an error. Missing schema version. So it's missing that from the manifest toml. Now let's see if the agent is able to help me. I'm just going to paste that error into the prompt right here. It should just add it. I could add it myself, but I want to see it try to do that. Yeah, I'm going to just fix this part. As you can see that this is not a frontier model and it does make mistakes. Okay, let's see if it's able to fix this. We should have like a add-on type. Let's see if it can figure that out. Potentially it will add that, but maybe it won't know the values that it needs to put into that. Built in. That's not correct. Let me just, in the sake of time, I'm just gonna fix that as well. So one of the things that you're noticing here is for a cheaper, like a free model, you'd want to have more like research and basically better prompts that would say, okay, actually, here's the format of, like, for example, with the Blender Manifest toml, I would go into like the Blender docs and say, hey, here's the format. Here are the values that you could put into this. Actually, let me do that. So let's go. I'm in Blender's documentation, and here's the manifest, and I'm just gonna copy that and see if it is going to be able to figure that out. Okay, it started going crazy again. I started a new chat. I created, so my prompt is just check the format, pointing at the Blender Manifest toml. I've provided an example from the documentation. It was able to figure out that should be add-on instead of built-in, which is not correct. And it also figured out that it needs to provide a license, which would be the next error that we would see when we're trying to launch our add-on. Okay, now without having to redo anything, now we have that the CubeStack panel and button. Let's see, that works. We got the redo panel, so that works as well. Let's see if we have that in the preferences. So CubeStack Creator right here, right? So that is there as well because that's what we just defined here. So CubeStack Creator. All right, I hope this video was educational and you've seen how the workflow works. Even with a cheaper model, you still need to do some hand holding. As you can see, it's not perfect, but it will get you like 95% there. Then just your prompting, the way that you provide examples, like one line sentences as a prompt is not good for these basic models, right? You want to have a better plan, like I was just showing you, giving it the actual the fields that should be in the particular manifest toml really helped it to figure out, oh, I'm missing, these things, and this is the correct value, right? Okay, if you're interested in trying this out on your own, I'll provide a link in the pinned comment for you to set this up for yourself and try it out and start using a free AI agent. All right, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.